ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel, the world's most channel in the world. And don't you just love commercials? I mean, who doesn't love their program being interrupted multiple times so that corporations can try to sell you stuff? That's the best part. That's why Times Square is my favorite place in New York. And that's what really bugged me when streaming became the norm, you know, because there were no place for ads anymore. You just watched whatever you wanted, when you wanted, uninterrupted. That's boring. But now that we are getting ads on streaming too, I'm the happiest I've ever been. Sell to me. I yearn to be a consumer. But if I'm being honest, I'm not completely satisfied yet. You know, I want more. I don't want to make 2 to 3 commercial breaks per episode or movie. I want a constant stream of commercials. No, what if the entire show I was watching was a commercial? On Brand with Jimmy Fallon. This is a reality competition show where 10 marketing creatives compete every week to make a real marketing campaign for an iconic brand, and the winner eventually gets 100,000 smackers.
I love advertising. I love coming up with ideas. That's why I started the On Brand agency, to find the next big innovator. This is gonna be so cool.
Doesn't that sound so fun? When I heard of this show, I was very confused on who this was supposed to be for, because it feels very tone deaf to the situation most of us are in right now, which I guess, okay, before we can get into the show, we have to address this. The world sucks right now, specifically the United States of America, where I live. Unfortunately, for like a billion reasons, and it's actually gotten exponentially worse since I started writing this video. But for the purposes of this video, the wealth inequality here in the States is so bad and getting worse literally by the day. Corporations and billionaires are making record profits while getting big fat tax cuts, while the rest of us are working just as hard, if not harder than previous generations, and are still living paycheck to paycheck for no other reason than greed. Literally everything in this country is just more expensive now. Food, housing, healthcare, childcare, some other kind of care. Pretty much anything you need either to live or that you just want to do recreationally because you're a human who wants to enjoy their life is more expensive now. While wages, and I could get into all the reasons why that is, but good friend of the channel, Drew Gooden, already made an amazing breakdown on why everything sucks now, so I just recommend you go watch that. I'll link it down below. But a recent example of me getting reminded how horrible things are now is I was watching Trapped in the Drive-Thru by Weird Al the other day, just because, I guess, in which he ordered a chicken sandwich, a cheeseburger, curly fries, and a root beer, and the total came out to $5.82. $5.82. That literally was enough to like take me out of the video. It literally suspended my disbelief. That means that when Weird Al Yankovic wrote this song in like 2005, that was not an abnormal price to him. That's like something he probably didn't even think about. It didn't feel distracting to him how cheap that meal was. A Crunchwrap Supreme on its own today costs $6.29. This is the economy I'm forced to live in. But who knows? Maybe the billionaire pedophile who's actively running concentration camps will actually turn things right around. Anyways, my point is that we're all just kind of stuck in this late stage capitalism hell, and we're all just trying to find a way to survive financially. So because of that, I can't think of one person who thinks it would be fun to watch a group of people fight each other to please a corporation just for the chance to convince us to spend more money on said corporation. You know, like, you see the disconnect there. And listen, I'm not necessarily saying that the premise for this show is bad, you know, I get it. I think you should have made this in like the 90s when people were still kind of happy. But all right, let me take you through the structure of the show. We start off with 10 contestants who get hired at the On Brand agency run by marketing mogul Bazoma Saint and the oh so lovable Jimmy Fallon.
Every week, an iconic brand will walk through those doors, okay? And they're gonna ask you to build them the perfect marketing campaign to boost their brand awareness and profitability.
And our contestants are Piper, Sabrina, Bianca, BT, Lauren, Ajel, Ryan, Raj, Mahari, and Elijah. Although Elijah, I gotta be honest, I'm not totally convinced he's a real person. This is a reality show, obviously parts of it are gonna be fake, but there's something about Elijah that just like screamed actor to me. Like, he didn't feel like a real, genuine person. Like, all the scenes with Elijah, it felt like I was watching a sitcom.
Oh, so Ryan, you wanna copy my idea.
Just
So
rude.
rude.
They're looking at us and going,
I'm hurt.
oh, sorry.
I'm hurt.
What the heck?
Probably. I'm 24.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Younger than you.
And a lot of his ideas just weren't really that good, and he never even won an account, but lasted really long into the show. So I don't know, like, was he planning? I don't even know what the benefit would be to do that for a show like this, but there's no way he acts like that just normally. So the way each episode works is they find out which brand they're working with that week and what kind of campaign the brand is looking to run. Then they have like an hour to draft up a pitch. The brand picks their 2 favorite pitches, and the rest of the contestants that didn't get picked split up into 2 teams to help the others make their campaign. The brand then picks their favorite of the 2, the contestant who makes the campaign wins that account, and their team is safe from elimination. And the show basically goes on like that until there's only 1 contestant left. And I think the perfect episode to show you why I just fundamentally hate this show is the Southwest episode. This is the 2nd episode of the series, and their client this week is Southwest Airlines.
We are rolling out extra legroom on Southwest Airlines. So you think you've got more room to spread out. It'll come along with our assigned seating.
This is a really, really big deal.
Which, already, I gotta stop you right there, cause like, do you see what I mean? Sorry, Southwest Airlines, but I do not really care about your extra leg room or your financial success. You can go bankrupt tomorrow, and I wouldn't care at all. I'd probably be happy, if anything. That's what bothers me about this show, is it's a glorified marketing meeting, you know? Just because it's in this competition format doesn't change the fact that all I'm watching is an airline say that they want me to book with them over someone else. Do you really think that's worth me watching? Do you think that's entertainment? Like, really? Really, Jimmy Fallon? No one ever says anything negative about the product. They never express frustrations with the product. They just talk about how amazing and iconic the product is.
I love Southwest. I love Southwest because I'm in Dallas. I travel a lot, travel with my kids. So this is on brand for me.
The episodes are literally sponsored by the product. So I'm not even trying to be funny when I say this is commercials the show, because that's literally what it is. Like, that's exactly what it is. So before we get into the pitches, let's look at the actual changes that Southwest made and want to market. So basically all they did is they changed from an open seating policy to assigned seat. And some of those seats, if you pay extra, you can get like 3 extra inches of legroom.
It's going to 34 inches from 31. So that's 3 extra inches.
That's it. That's the change. Not that every seat has extra legroom, just that if you pay extra, you can get a seat with some extra legroom. Forgive me, but I feel like this is something that's standard on every single airline in existence. So with that in mind, I'm gonna play you some of these pitches, and I want you to try your absolute hardest not to roll your eyes when you hear them.
Your flight, your kingdom, claim your throne with extra comfort.
While all the other legs and all the other airlines are gonna be screaming, "Get me out of here!" on Southwest, your legs will want an encore.
Do you remember that feeling the first time you fell in love? That feeling of warmth is what we expect the Southwest customer to feel when they experience that extra legroom.
Remember, this is all supposed to be about you paying extra for 3 extra inches of legroom, so that you're slightly less uncomfortable. But can I say something about Raj? Raj kills me because his whole thing is he has like an MBA and a PhD in marketing, and he teaches at a university.
I'm a professor, I teach social media marketing. I'm a 60-year-old social media influencer.
Are you a big deal?
Am I a big deal? Yes, of course I'm a big deal.
But he was consistently like the worst contestant every single week. His pitches always sucked. They either didn't make sense or were really bland or just didn't match what the client wanted.
More legroom, more space, more Southwest. Customers want more Southwest, you know. You have got more space now. You can read a book. You can open a computer and watch a movie, you know, you can...
I actually don't think in the entire show he's ever had a pitch that was net positively received.
Raj is a great academic of marketing. He understands what it takes in order to get a great campaign or great pitch going, but he doesn't know how to do it in practice. And that is the challenge he has.
And that part makes no sense to me, because this isn't athletics where you can really understand how to play a sport or be really good at coaching, just not playing. No, his knowledge of marketing should pretty much directly correlate to his ability to make great pitches. So I loved watching Raj, because with his education, he should have been head and shoulders above the competition every single week, but he always demonstrated the complete opposite.
Best taste in town. It's bold, it's hot, it's cold. Let me repeat again.
Poor Raj, he's just trying his best. Okay, so Ryan, Mahari, and Bianca's pitches get selected, and now they have to make a plane wrap as part of their campaigns. Ryan throws a whole bunch of legs on the plane, Mahari's going for like a superhero thing, and Bianca's doing a space thing. And Southwest ended up picking Mahari. So the other teams weren't safe from elimination, and BT ended up going home.
Been a great ride, for sure.
Which also kind of left a sour taste in my mouth, because, all right, maybe I'm being a little too woke here, but here's this normal ass dude, fun, loving guy, loves his kids, just trying to get by like the rest of us, who essentially just had $100,000 ripped out of his hands. They're playing up the emotion, people are crying, hugging each other goodbye, and then here's just 3 rich people standing in front of him trying to act sad, even though they don't really care, because it doesn't really affect them. Oh, well, guess what? Southwest still got their ad campaign and got you to sit down to shove their name in your ear holes for an hour.
I love reality shows, but I didn't realize that eliminations would be so tough.
Yeah.
You're making me emotional.
Like, all right, Caesar Flickerman, calm down. We get it. You're sad. There's just an overall insincerity that's embedded into this show, and I think it's mainly because marketing at its core is insincere. It's disingenuous, it's fake, it tries to make you feel certain emotions, it tries to create special moments for the sole purpose of selling you something. Marketing's like a stripper trying to sweet talk you to get you to spend more money. It's the same exact principle. And I think because of that, it makes the show feel that much more manufactured. It almost feels like I'm watching a really bad sitcom where they don't focus on making any real jokes, because at the end of the day, you have to make sure that the product of the week is highlighted and glorified. It's why Jimmy Fallon makes perfect sense as the host for this show, because he very much has that same overly produced, overly positive marketing personality that the show itself exudes. Also, can I just say, wow, Jimmy Fallon is not funny in this, which is a surprise to no one, but it's bad, dude. Like, whatever you think it is, it's worse. He has a segment in each episode where he's sitting at his desk and does some sort of bit, but they're all just painfully unfunny.
Season 2, if you're interested, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to P.O. Box 4. Can we get a P.O.? We need a P.O. box.
If I'm being honest, I don't even have jokes to make about it. It's just bad. It even got to the point where his own co-host was tired of his jokes.
Cookies. Oh my God.
Where them cookies?
Look, I have a performance review for Jimmy. It was funny for like 2 minutes. Cooper, would you like to leave? That focus group could have gone so well. But you know what happened? Jimmy.
And look, I'm sure that her being annoyed was scripted, right? It was part of the bit, but no, you can tell that at least a little bit, she was genuinely annoyed at Jimmy Fallon. Like, I have to imagine that Jimmy was the topic of her group chats at least a couple times when filming the show. He was also so overly positive and optimistic and like goofy about everything. It's almost as if they took Tonight Show Jimmy, who's like 85% scripted and 15% sincere, and they just cranked that slider all the way up there for this show, baby. Like, at this point, I'd rather Jimmy Kimmel host the show over Fallon.
No, I'm the boss. I can't be hiding in the bowels of his ship in the middle of the day.
Oh, I'm the boss. I can't be in the bowels all day. I thought you were the fun Jimmy.
Never mind. Kimmel doesn't work for the show either. Okay, last thing I'll complain about this show. Holy crap, they do not understand what consumers want or how they act. It reminded me of like when studio executives cancel a show that everybody loves, or they greenlight a show that is so clearly gonna fail and they give it like a $400 million budget. Like, wow, are you guys that out of tune with how people operate in life? There was an episode where the client was Captain Morgan, and they basically just wanted to get in touch with younger audiences.
We're not resonating with the 21 to 29-year-old consumer, so our ask of you is to create a loud, shareable, stunty video, making sure that it's iconic.
And their ideas were just like, really? Do you really think that's how my generation acts?
So my concept is pretty much just a trendy dance. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, Captain Morgan, freeze!
It kind of reminded me of when you would write an essay in school and you did not believe in your argument at all, but it was too late to turn back, so you were just gonna thug it out. That has to be what's going on here, at least a little bit, you know, just saying crap that you think the client wants to hear. Because there's young people on this show. There's no way that they themselves believe this is going to grip younger audiences.
Well, if the booty gets low and the soul gets high, that's how you know that you're doing things right. Be like a mom figure life and never let it out of your sight.
Oh my God, guys, come here. I just got a Captain Morgan TikTok ad where they do a new dance. We have to go get some and then do the dance and post it on our own profile. This is so awesome and engaging. Anyways, yeah. All that to say, I'm not a big fan of the on-brand show. Feels almost disrespectful that they tried to pass that off as entertainment. That's about it for me. I think I'm all Jimmy Fallon'd out for at least the next century. And if you've seen the on-brand show, why? But as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to legally be better than everybody else. And you'll also get your own brand deal with, I don't know, Zippo. Why that was the first thing that came to my head, I don't know. And stay tuned for my next video where I put on clown makeup, go on the Tonight Show myself, and shoot Jimmy Fallon in the face. With a water gun. With a water gun. All right, everyone calm down. Okay, bye.